as we're underway here in Week 16.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
77 yards.
And the Raiders on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And he won't quite make it to the 25. First carry for Najee Harris.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing on first down. Sherwood dancing to his left. Room to run past midfield. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Back to throw. Sherwood. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
So this game of art, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that, because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this. And I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. McLeod escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. Touchdown! A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Raiders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here's Hardman on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Sherwood. He gets it complete to Harris. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Sherwood. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Quinnen Williams in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
Rolling to his right. Touchdown! A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Here's Hardman on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on third down, Sherwood. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 21-0 our score after one. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, no two ways around it. Anytime you get the current #1 and #2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as a team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
On second down now, it's Allen. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to make it 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them. Perfect time to get it done.
They'll run on first down. Allen, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To throw on 2nd down, McLeod. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, McLeod. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Sherwood. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Sherwood. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Being chased out left, and he's going to go down again. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Johnson's got it complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And how about this, a fake? Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On 1st down, McLeod. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket 3 times. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Throwing on 1st down, Sherwood. It's brought in by Harris.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sherwood. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Sherwood. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Back to throw. Sherwood. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll get this back across the midfield. Strikeman down to the 47-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Here's Hardman on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down. and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big. You're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike, Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. Sherwood taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sherwood. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Devin White in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
94 is the mic.
Looking to throw. Sherwood. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Sherwood. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, 4 down. 45, Mike, 45.
That's a jet sweep. This is Adams trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, McLeod. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Let's
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. The throw over the middle taken in, and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Back to throw again. And to the right side here, it's Allen. Touchdown! A great play there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Raiders open the lead up to 34-0. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Here's Hardman on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Following the fumble recovery, McLeod. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Devin White in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Back to throw. Sherwood. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call, and they feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, Sherwood. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
On 1st and 10, Sherwood. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris,
his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. McLeod. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. McLeod. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And certainly starting to appear that they might finally be about to suffer that first loss of the season. What a heck of a run through 3 months, though, but they trail big here. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So this CD, obviously such a big game, and we'll continue to talk about its importance as we go on. I thought it was interesting. This head coach in his weekly media availability, he was asked who he would lean on in a game like this, and he said it was all about the veterans.
And Brandon, I like his approach because he's obviously thought about this, right? Who can get me not just through this game, but through the rest of the season? And he looks to his veterans. They've been around the team. They can guide everyone and let them know the importance of winning this one. But also, how do we attack what's left in the season and get us ready for what we hope is going to be some postseason play?
On 3rd down, Sherwood. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Looking to throw. McLeod. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Back to throw. McLeod buying time. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. They hand this off to Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sherwood. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sherwood looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Way to do it, baby. Way to come up. Way to come up.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Aaron Donald, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Second and 16. Back to throw. McLeod. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McLeod over the middle, complete. That's Allen. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Pick it up.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they made it to December but couldn't run the table as they fall to 14-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as